Forget what you think about League One stadiums. We're about to crown the true kings and expose the absolute disgraces. Are you ready for some controversial takes and a few surprises as Brian and I dive into every ground in League One? Imagine the crowds roaring on match day and the smell of the pitch, or the crumbling stands and the soggy pies. What truly makes a League One stadium legendary? And which ones can barely fit crowds for a full 90? Join us as we meticulously rank every single ground in League One, from the absolute best to the unbelievably worst. By the end of this video, we'll find out. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel and get your comments in the comment section below. Let's get straight into it. Obviously, before starting, thank you, Ryan, for joining me. Anything you got to say before we get in?
No, obviously, thank you for having me on. Obviously, good to be back on your channel, and yeah, obviously looking forward to see what your takes of the stadiums are, because obviously I've already done my predictions of these kind of things. But yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on and looking forward to it.
Okay, first up, Plough Lane, home of AFC Wimbledon. They've got a capacity of 9,215. Ryan, I'm going to start off with you. Where do you think we should put these?
AFC Wimbledon for me, just getting up my list now. Just bear with me. I mean, right, here we are. So I've got Wimbledon in 16.
Is there a particular reason for that, or?
I think that for me, I've not personally been to this ground, but I actually some of the grounds I haven't been to, I've had to kind of use, see what the overall opinion is out there from fans themselves that have been. I think, look, the stadium's fairly new, isn't it? Obviously, it's quite a modern stadium, but the only downside to it is the access to it. Apparently, it's an absolute pain to get to. The traffic is horrendous. You can't park. As well, I've seen that the sports coaches struggle to park nearby. Once you do go in, though, it's supposed to be really nice ground, but I think the access tarnishes it very much for me, and it's just being placed in the worst possible location. But the ground itself, and obviously the features of the architectural features of the ground, makes it a very nice stadium. I just think the access for me has dropped it quite massively, because that's a big part of going to games. Because if you can't get in and out of the ground, then it just makes it just doesn't really make for a good experience. So yeah, that's my reasons.
I mean, I've got to agree with you there. Also, the architecture behind it and that massive, somewhat of a wall in front of one of the stands really does throw me off. And for that reason, I most probably will put it in the meh category. Obviously, 9,512 seat stadium. I don't mind this. I haven't gone to it either. I most probably will go to it because it's a nearer game for us Luton fans. I just don't like the architecture behind it. Obviously, it's a football stadium and it's about the football, not the parts around it. But for that reason, I reckon I'll agree with you here. When you did your ranking, I put them in the 13 to 18 category, which is also the meh category. Moving on, we have got Barnsley at Oakwell. 23,287 is their capacity. Ryan, I'll start with you again. Where do you think we should put Barnsley? Obviously, it's one of the bigger grounds of the League One stadiums. But yeah, where do you put it?
Yeah, for me, obviously, yeah, it is. I put them in 10th place, Oakwell. This is a ground I haven't been to, by the way, and I just think for me, it's okay, the stadium, but again, plenty of improvements to be made for that stadium, in my opinion. I think some of the stands are quite old, could do upgrading a little bit there. But the away end is a big open end. You get if you fill that end, it's great. It is good. But I think again, accessibility could be better. Also, I think there's obviously plenty of parking as well in that area as well, so there's no problem there. You get in the train as well, it drops you outside the stadium. It can be a pain getting away from the ground after the game if you bring a lot of fans, which for us we tend to do because obviously it's not that far away. The car park on site is poorly designed and takes age to get out of. But overall, a good experience. Just quite a few things need improving for it to go higher, in my opinion. That's why I put it in the top 10 in 10th place.
I think, again, I agree with you. It's a fairly modern stadium. It's got a nice away end, even though I haven't gone personally. But I have watched a few videos of when Luton played against Barnsley at Oakwell. It looks like a nice ground. I've also looked at some of the content creators like Katie Lee. Shout out to her. She's a Barnsley fan. She does some content around that. But yeah, I do like the stadium. It's one of the larger ones, and for that reason, I'm going to put it in a mid. I'm most likely going to put it to 7 to 8, more than 9th or 10th. Moving on swimmingly to Blackpool at Bloomfield Road, a capacity of 16,500 exactly. I'll start off with this one. I've never been. I was supposed to go last weekend, but due to the postponement of international duties, we have been rescheduled to, I believe, the 30th of September, which is a Tuesday night game at 7:45 at Bloomfield Road. For me, I would have most probably gone if it weren't for college getting in the way. But sadly, college does come first. And for that reason, I most probably won't go to it until next season if we are still in League One. So, without further ado, one of the mid-capacity size stadiums, and for that reason, I'm going to put it in 14th. But before I put it in, what's your opinions on this? Ryan, what's your opinion on this? Ryan, you there?
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
That's alright, that's alright.
Sorry, yeah, I was just saying, sorry, that I actually put Barnsley in 9th place, not 10th, by the way, just to clarify for people.
Okay.
Anyway, I put Blackpool actually in 10th.
Okay.
So it's reason being, like I've been many times, and apart from visiting when it's always cold there, it's always cold in Blackpool, apart from the summer. I think it's a very good away. I enjoy it. I think I like the hotel there as well. The shop, everything's really good. Plenty of parking.
Yeah.
The only downside was the away end itself in terms of the facilities in the away end. The length of time it took to get food as well. Getting out of the away end can be a pain as well, especially if you've sold out, which we mostly do when we go there. But yeah, I think there's plenty of improvements to be made, and maybe I should really put it in that lower category rather than being. But I'm just going off what I put originally. I said 10th, but maybe it's a bit too high that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, it is still early doors. We can obviously change the stories and everything. All right. Would it be fair to put them as meh for now?
Yeah, to be honest with you, you know what? Yeah, we'll put them in that one because I think
We'll put them in there. Moving on to Bolton at the Tufty Community Stadium, which is around about 29,000. I'll start with you, Ryan, for this one. Where do you place these and why?
For me, I've put them in 4th place. I think, you know what, fun fact out there, this stadium is actually designed, it's the same design as who did our stadium as well. Our stadium was first and they built theirs around our stadium and made it, obviously kind of learn from it. But anyway, I love Bolton. Obviously, it's a good away day, very unique looking design, one of the biggest stadiums in the league. Really good access, loads of parking around the stadium. Facilities good, food nice. I think the view in the away end is good too, to be honest with you. It can generate quite a good atmosphere in that stadium as well when it's full. So look, I like Bolton, and I think it's a great ground. I've been quite a number of times, and I've enjoyed it. So yeah, really good experience for me.
You know what? Yeah, when I was actually getting these photos for today's video, I did contradict myself, thinking, have I put one stadium twice instead of both? Because they look quite identical. Obviously, Bolton have, in a way, a higher stand compared to you, and looks not, in my opinion, looks a little bit nicer with the roofs instead of it going caving in into the stand instead of upwards and outwards. But I'm going to go to this game, seeing it is the last game of the season for us on May the 2nd, I believe. So that could be a good game if we were fighting for promotion or we were going there to get a draw or a good result to get into the playoffs. I mean, I'm hopefully going, like I just said, and for that reason, I do think it's a nice stadium. I think this will be the first great stadium in this ranking video. Moving on to Bradford City at Valley Parade. Signified as one of the best stadiums in the whole entire country. 24,000 capacity, slightly less than Bolton, but still up there as one of the highest capacity stadiums in League One, and also most probably out there for one of the best atmospheric stadiums due to the close proximity of the stands. But, may I add, I don't know what they're doing with their main stands. They've cut it off 3/4 of the way. That throws me off a little bit with the looks, but at the end of the day, it does its job as a stadium. Ryan, I'll go to you now. Where do you think you'll rank this?
Obviously this is another ground. I know it's very close, but we've never really crossed paths in Bradford in recent times. So I've not actually been. I've gone past the stadium, but not actually been in it. But look, for me, I have to go off what fans have been saying. I think, obviously it's a very high capacity in the stadium. Two of the stands you can see are double tiered as well. It's a good double tiered stand, not to be fair. It's a good older ground, I'd describe it as. And I think, I've heard that the away section is a bit poor overall. The area surrounding it is terrible. So I have to put all these into consideration. There are a few parking places you can park in there. Again, it's not the easiest to park. So all these things impact your day. And I just think, for me, it's all right, but I have to put it in. I have to put it in the mid section, probably 11th.
Yeah, I agree with you. If it was for atmospheric and the fans, it would be way higher. I would guarantee that. But that will most probably go to 10th, 11th. Moving on, we have got Burton Albion, one of the smallest, if not the smallest, I believe it is the smallest capacity stadium in League One. Looks like a non-league stadium. I went there 2 weeks ago to watch Luton take on Burton when we won that 3-0 win in our third kit. Ryan, I'll come to you first. What do you think about the stadium?
Yeah, obviously I've ranked this low down actually for me. I think for me, look, it's this small intimate stadium which is perfect for the club itself, but I just think from a away fan's perspective, I just think in that away end, especially the stand, obviously this you can sit down outside, but he's all standing behind the goal. Of course, I think you can get quite cramped in there when it's full. I remember when I went last. I've been to this stadium. I went a number of years ago, and I just felt really cramped, and I just didn't really kind of ruined it a little bit. But for me, it's located in an area with plenty of parking, well, it's not anything great to look at. It does a job for them. So for me, I have to put it in 23rd place, the second from bottom in this list.
I mean, I've been there, done that, got a win, went home. Nice little car journey up there. Really, just two main roads, really, just up the M1 and then on a little side road up to the ground. I mean, it's got nice pubs. I've been to the Away Fam pub there. But as a stadium, it's not the greatest. It's maybe a higher tier National League stadium. But I mean, it does the job. I will say it's got a Greggs, so I'm not putting it bottom because it's got a Greggs, and it does do cash there's a cash, you can do cash for your pints and everything. So for that reason, that is saved it. I'm going to put it as 22nd, only because it's a Greg's right next to the stadium, and that you can use cash at the concourse.
Yeah.
Moving on to one of my favourite stadiums in League One is the Cardiff City Stadium. 33,000 capacity, a Prem standard stadium, and in my opinion, it should be in the legendary tier. If I'm quite honest. Ryan, what do you think about that, and do you agree?
Yeah, for me, I have to agree. I've actually put this as the best League One stadium for this season. Also, the highest in capacity. Of course, it's an international stadium, and you know what I mean. It's for me. I've actually been to this stadium as well. You could argue it's probably one of the better ones in the Championship, let alone League One. So I have to put it very, very high. I think it's definitely first for me in terms of, I think it's a nice design as well, isn't it? Facilities really good parking, great view in the away end as well, and for sure such a loud atmosphere as well. You're in there too. But yeah, for me, it's certainly the best in League One. Obviously, it's a very good away day, but it's a long one for us from up here. It's you feel like it takes you forever to get there, which it does. But you know what I mean. So yeah. I enjoyed it, and I think it's up there. It's definitely the best for me.
For that reason alone, I'm going to go to the stadium hopefully on my birthday weekend, the Valentine's weekend. Luckily, I've got a week off of college if I get all my coursework done, which it should be the case. But for that reason, the atmosphere and everything, and the actual size of the stadium, and actually the size of the club really as well, I'm going to put it in the legendary category. Moving on swiftly though, we have got Doncaster Rovers. Home ground obviously is the Eco Power Stadium, which is half of Cardiff's capacity, just shy of 15,300. Brian, I'll go to you first again. What do you think about the Eco Power Stadium, home of Doncaster Rovers? You're on mute, most probably.
I'm just trying. Yes, I'm just trying to find. I mean, if you want to go, I'm just trying to find. But look, for me, just overall, just whilst I'm looking here, I've been to this day. I think it's a really nice one. Obviously, it is a modern ground as well. I mean, look, I'm not ranking it high because it's a modern ground, but I just think it is a nice stadium. I'm just trying to find. Oh yes, I've got it up there. I've got it now. I'm just. The design of the stadium is nice. Again, atmosphere good. Parking everywhere. If you go to that stadium, you don't have a problem with parking as well now, because it's parking all over the place. It can take a while to get out of the car parks. When I was last there, I remember it well. Access all around, really good facilities. Yeah, for me, it's definitely up there with one of the best grounds. I'm gonna put it in the great category. I'm putting it in fifth.
Okay, that's a bold prediction. I haven't been to the stadium. I may go to it, maybe not. Who knows? We've got them quite soon, actually. I believe at home. If I check our fixtures, we have got Doncaster, I believe, on Saturday the 27th of September at home, and then a little bit later on in the new year, we shall verse them away. I mean, this stadium, I would like to go. But yeah, I most probably will agree with you here. It will go most probably into the great category, more 5th and 6th, but obviously that is our opinions. If you guys so far are enjoying this video, make sure you do like and subscribe, and make sure you do get your comments in the description below, as I do read every single comment, and it's very, very good to see your opinions in the comments. Moving on, is next Exeter City, St James's Park. And before you say, oh, I thought that was Newcastle's ground, they've got the exact same stadium name as the Giants. So they, I believe, are second lowest capacity. Only around about 1,800 more than Burton. For me, it's one of the stinkers. It's most probably going to be the stinkiest because of the capacity and the actual accessibility, which is a massive contributing factor. For that, for me, is it's definitely in the stinkers, closer to 24th. Ryan, what do you think? Where do you think they should go?
Yeah, I agree with you. For me, I put them in 21st. I just think, look, I haven't been to the stadium again, but maybe I will get to it at some point. I think we'll play them actually in a couple of weeks. It's a long, long way. But anyway, that's nothing to do with it. But yeah, I think it's kind of a unique, kind of quirky stadium. Obviously, all four ends different in look. You've got the one on the side which doesn't stretch the length of the pitch for some reason, so it's a bit strange in that regard. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a lower side stadium in this league, but it does a job. A lot of people say it has a good atmosphere down there as well. So yeah, for that reason, it isn't the best, but it does a job. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to put it most probably in the stinkers. Sorry to any Exeter fans. But yeah, that is my prediction. Moving on, we have got Huddersfield Town. Was it formerly known as the John Smith Stadium, or have they still got it as that?
Yeah, it used to be the Johnsons. It's now the Aku Stadium. Yeah.
Okay, do you know, because you are a Huddersfield Town fan, why don't you kickstart off this?
Yes, obviously for me, I mean, I'm probably going to be a little bit biased here, but look, I think it's a really nice ground and very well designed. You know what I mean? Definitely nice views wherever you are in the ground. I've sat in all four stands, by the way, and I think you get a nice kind of atmosphere nice view wherever you are. So I love the blue and white seats all around the ground. You know, really, really nice look to it. The facilities, the facilities could be better, especially like the toilets. Food's getting slightly better as well, but the owners put a bit of money into that, but that needs improving still as well. But I think a lot of the renovations that have happened since obviously our new owner came in a few years ago, it's made it a lot better. You know, good atmosphere. You know, when we were in the Premier League, every fan that came to our ground, away fans especially, were saying how good the atmosphere were. And we even get it. You know, in the other kind of Championship League One and stuff like that. But so yeah, for me, you know, it makes a good atmosphere when it's full. So yeah, I love it, and that's the reason I put it there.
I mean, I haven't gone to it. I think I did. I went for the what was it? The Championship playoff when you guys beat us 2-1 on aggregate, I believe, or was it 3-1? I don't know. It was a painful day. I choose to forget it as soon as possible. For me, it's a nice stadium, and for that reason, it will go higher. It will go into the great category. Moving on to Leyton Orient, which is Brisbane Road, 9,271 capacity. Never been. My mates brag about it because their logo and their stadium is Leyton Orient on FIFA. But apart from that, I don't really see anything good about it, if I'm quite honest. And for that reason, I'm actually going to put it in the meh category. But before I do that, Ryan, what is your opinions on Leyton Orient Stadium?
Yeah, obviously, for me, I have them in. I have them a little bit higher actually than you. I've put them in 12. I think, but I really like this stadium. You know, the design is great. I really like it. You know, the views are very good in the stadium. A nice size as well, I think. And I think it's pretty cool as well how all the corners are filled with either, you know, flats or offices. I think it's quite cool. You don't see that there when you visit stadium. But yeah, look, I think it's a great day out. I've enjoyed my experience there. So for me, I put it in the mid, but you can put it in the main. It's fine. But that's just my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, I think personally I would have put it in the meh category.
Yeah.
Just a bit higher than the Stinkers. Moving on to Lincoln City. Um, honestly, I don't like this stadium. Sisnell Bank, if I've pronounced that correctly. I don't like this stadium, I'm quite honest. I really don't like this stadium. I don't know what they're doing with the half standing one. It just reminds me of a National League one. Um, but that's my opinion. Obviously, we travel away to them on the 20th of September. So if I was to go, I will find out. It's 9 days away. Obviously, next weekend. I don't like the stadium at all. I just don't like the look of it. It most really will go in the stinkers. But before I do that, what's your opinions on that, Ryan?
Yeah, I agree with you. For me, I've got it in 20th. I think, yeah, it's not the best stadium at all, is it? You know what I mean? It's, I think if you're looking from an away fan's perspective here as well, it's kind of described as being okay. The facilities not very good, very poor. It's just quite average overall. Nothing too exciting. But I think one thing that does go in their favour is they do create a very good atmosphere. In there, but. So yeah, fair play to that, but the ground isn't very exciting, and that's why I put them in as low as I have.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to put that in the stinkers category. I just don't really like the look of it. Moving on to my team, I'm going to be very biased. Kenilworth Road, home to the Hatters, a capacity of 12,056. Oh, what a stadium. Ryan kicks off this before I start blabbering on what a wonderful stadium this is.
Why don't you go first? Because it's your stadium. I don't want to go first. It's your stadium, not mine. I don't know. I mean, I can go first, but I'll probably
go for it. Go for it.
I'll probably upset a lot of Luton fans out there. But I have to be honest, guys. And for me, I have to put this at the bottom of the list. And the reason being, it's not necessarily a problem with the ground. I think, first of all, the area that it's in, it's terrible. It's not a very nice place. The ground itself, getting in and out, isn't very pleasant. The view in the away end isn't great at all. And it's not just because it's just kind of one of those where it's, for me personally, when I've been, and going there, I don't really feel like you don't want to. It's not a ground you want to be going back to, because as an away fan, because I don't know, I just went away feeling like that, and a lot of fans said so. For me, yeah, I've kind of said my reason. I don't want to go too into it, but yeah, I just don't think it's a very nice stadium, generally, to be honest.
I mean, this is the first part where I can disagree.
Yeah.
I think due to it being so close, fun fact, I said this in the live stream yesterday, it is the closest ground in the whole entire 92 that is that close from the fans to the pitch ratio. But I must say, I like it as a Luton fan. I've been in the away end for Grimsby versus Luton in the FA Cup. At home, I like the away end. I like the home end. I'm in Oak Road, so I'm literally, technically, a part of the away end in a way because I'm the exact same stand. But we had some renovations, obviously, when we went into the Premier League, which has obviously improved the stadium from a 10,356 capacity stadium to a 12,056 capacity stadium. And for that reason, I think due to the ratio of how close the pitch is and the atmosphere, obviously we're not ranking the atmosphere, but obviously because of how close it is and how easy really the location of it is, I'm going to put it in the grey category. But obviously behind Huddersfield. Moving on, we have got Mansfield Town at Field Mill. Ryan, take it away. I'd rather you take away this stadium.
For me, I've put this one in the meh category, 15 for me. Again, I think it's one of those where, for me, the views are good, the access is good, the facilities are good, parking is not an issue going up there. So yeah, I think for me it's one of those where it's okay, but it's not the best. So I just think it's a relatively average stadium. So for that reason, I put it in there.
I agree with you here. Obviously, we can't put anyone else really in the great category because that is all filled up. We've also got one legendary left and 3 in the rest of them. But I most really will put Mansfield in the meh category. I just doesn't really look like anything special. For that reason, I'm going to put it in the meh category. We will obviously switch these around. I'm actually going to put Blackpool in front of Leyton Orient. Moving on to, I believe, Northampton Town at the Sixfield Stadium, a capacity of 8,200 exact. I don't really like the stadium. It's one of these stadiums where you have a higher stand and then a smaller stand. But I'm actually going to put them in, I reckon, high meh. High meh. Very high meh. So that is mine. Ryan, what do you think about the stadium?
Yeah, for me, I put them in 19th. So yeah, I think it's 19th personally. I think if you look at the stadium itself, I think the ground itself is nice. Not a big stadium, but the access is good, easy to get to. The view is good. I think the away end is quite decent. I think overall it's just an average, decent ground. Obviously in League One there is much better grounds than this, but it does a job again. So it's definitely not the few worse in the league, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's in 19th for me. That's yeah.
Okay then, moving on to, I'm going to put that in the meh category. Moving on to the Posh home, the West Home Stadium, home to Peterborough United. Ryan, kickstart off this, please.
Yeah, I think for me this one's in 18th. I've been a couple of times. It's a stadium that is obviously bigger than it's obviously one of the bigger ones, but I've looked at, from my opinion, it's run down in places. The view isn't always the best. Some of the stands are modern and nice, but the older ones just look really bad. So it's a fairly nice ground overall, but for sure needs quite a bit of work doing to it if it is to get up that tail a little bit more. So yeah, for me, 18th is a respectable finish for them.
I reckon we most probably will put one of these stadiums more Blackpool up here and move Peterborough to the meh category. Only because, may I add, when I went, we obviously won 2-0, but the facilities in there, the toilets in the away end were absolutely shocking. And obviously the steward would not allow us to go out even before half time to get some drinks, whilst in other stadiums you could. For that reason, they are going to be most probably in the high meh category, 17th. Moving on, we have Plymouth Argyle at Home Park. A nice stadium, very good atmosphere, and a nice standard of capacity. I think this will most probably be moved into one of the great or mid categories, most probably promoting one of the great stadiums up into the legendary category to accompany Cardiff Stadium. Most probably will be, yeah. Would you agree to put Bolton in the second place spot?
I mean, you can do it like that, but again, it kind of goes off what I think. But yeah, obviously it's your turn, so it's up to you, yeah.
I think personally, it's a nice stadium. I reckon it's a high championship set for stadium, and they will most probably be maybe third place. Obviously demoting a few of the other teams we've spoken about so far. What's your opinion about Plymouth?
Yeah, I think it's a good stadium. Obviously, I haven't been. I don't really think it's. I I don't think it should be up as high as you put it, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, from what I've heard, obviously a lot of redevelopments at Plymouth. Good parking directly outside, really modern ground, facilities good, decent view in the way, and atmosphere is fantastic, and they always manage to fill that stadium. I think it's a nice ground, and that's kind of why I put it in the place that I have. So, but yeah, we'll go with what you're going with.
Yeah, I reckon top 6 is a good idea. Moving on to Port Vale. Honestly, I think it's one of the stinkers, I'm quite honest, and it most probably will go in there. Sorry to anyone who is a Vale fan. Surprisingly, though, they've got a capacity of 15,000, but I just don't like the look of the stadium. It doesn't. I mean, from afar, it doesn't look like you can get 15,000 in there, but obviously, you can't see it properly, can you? But I do think it was going to be a stinker. It was destined to be a stinker, and it's a League 2 bulk standard ground, just by the looks of it. Brian, what's your opinions on that?
I have to disagree again. I'm sorry. We started off well, didn't we? How are we going on?
Yeah, we did.
It's not a League 2 ground. This stadium holds quite 50. A lot for it to say it's a league. 18,000 plus. That's not a League 2 ground in my opinion. But for me, Port Vale, I think some of the views in the away end aren't that good. But it's a very nice stadium, and the atmosphere is very loud, and it's for the access is supposed to be, really good as well. Plenty of parking around. So it's always used for away fans for that to happen. So I think for me, it's a good ground, and it deserves to be where I put it in. I put it in 13th.
Just to let you know, it's 15,000 capacity. I just don't like the look of the ground. Not really about the seats, obviously, but I just don't really like it.
It's not according to Google. I've checked.
I've checked Wikipedia. Wikipedia's always wrong, most probably.
Yeah, Wikipedia. Yeah. Anyone can change that. That's not right. I've gone on translate.
Yeah, I most probably will put it in. Actually, I'm going to put it in the meh category and demote Northampton to the stinkers. Yeah, moving on, we have got Reading Stadium. This actually makes me think on if I should put Luton further down. I do really like the stadium. Obviously, when they built this, they were in the Premier League, I believe. Obviously, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. Is it the case? I don't know. Is it? Brian, you may need to clarify this with me. Reading's ground.
Yeah.
Was that built for Premier League standards?
Yeah. I think it was built for them to use that to obviously try. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, to try and get into Premier League.
Yeah, I do like the stadium, and it's very high on my list. Most probably, I'm going to put Luton down the order now. But for me, Reading's ground is one of the nicest in League 1. And for that reason, I put him 3rd or 4th. Ryan, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, for me, I'm a big fan of this stadium, obviously. And I've actually, from my perspective, I've actually put Reading in 2nd place. For me, I think it's a fantastic away day to do. Great ground. Premier League pedigree, this ground is.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Great capacity for this level as well. Lots of parking around, easy to get to. Lots of things to walk around the stadium. The view in the away end is really good too. It does miss out on the number 1 spot, but look, it's a very nice ground down at Reading, like I said. And
yeah,
not a bad word to say about it. I think, it's really, really good. Really impressive stadium.
All right, moving on to one of the teams I don't like in League 1 of Rotherham United at the New York Stadium. Ryan, do you know what? You start it before I roast these Rotherham fans.
I can't believe you don't like the Rotherham Stadium there. Oh my god.
No, I don't like them. I don't like the fan base.
I see. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the stadium, not the fans, right?
No.
So, for me, I have to put it. I have to put it in. I put it in 7th place for me. I think the stadium is very, very nice. You know, you have a good experience overall. I've been numerous times. Obviously, one of the newest stadiums, easy access, good parking facilities, really good. Views from I like the away end as well. It's really good. You know, it's quite a steep kind of away end, but you know, you do have a good view wherever you are. Perfect size for a club like Rotherham as well. So yeah, I do like Rotherham. I enjoy going to their stadium, and obviously it's not too far to travel for us either. So it's great. So yeah, for me, I think it's a mid stadium in League One.
For that reason, I personally think, due to me not liking them, doesn't mean I have to put them lower than I should. I think they will sneak just right into the mid category, maybe putting us. I most really will change these up, looking at the end of it. Moving on to technically our rivals of League One, Stevenage. For me, this is a stinker. I don't like the look of the stadium. And obviously, when I flew back from Portugal in June, the way we had to fly back into Luton was past Stevenage, and you could see the ground from there, and even from above, it looks ugly. And I'm going to put it in the stinkers, completing the stinker category. But before I do so, Ryan, what is your opinion on this?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. For me, it definitely goes into that bottom category. I put them in 22nd. Look, it is a nice ground, no real complaints about it, but it is on the small side. There's lots of parking across the road, which is really inconvenient. Obviously, really good places to eat nearby, a few nice places to eat. It's nothing overly special though. The facilities are a bit of a pain. If you've ever been there, the facility to get to the facilities in the away, you have to walk a little bit, which is a bit of a and it's not great. So yeah, overall, I don't think it's a very good stadium if you just isolating the stadium itself.
Yeah, I most really will. I'm going to put it in the stinker category, putting them in, I believe, 21st.
So what place have we got left now then?
We have got one stinker left. We have got, I believe, one more meh, and then one more mid.
Okay.
So, Stockport is next. I'm going to start with you. Where do you think we should put this?
I think for me, again, a ground I've been to, I think it should be in the meh category. I put it in 14th. Reason being, I think it's a nice stadium, decent size capacity, not too far to get to for us. It's one of the older grounds. Some of the stands do look a bit run down, in my opinion, but it still has character about it, this stadium, in my opinion. So yeah, I do like Stockport, and it is a nice stadium. So they are investing in improvements to the stadium, so once they complete the work, it probably will be higher than what I've put it at the moment. But for now, from how it looks and how it is, yeah, I'll put it in that category.
Yeah, I agree with the meh category. Maybe just below, in front of Port Vale and below Peterborough and Mansfield. We've got one mid left and one more stinker, I believe. Just checking it now. Yeah, we have one more stinker left, and it's out of Wycombe and Wigan. I'll most probably demo, maybe Port Vale into that category, or put Luton further down. But let's start off with Wigan. I like the stadium. It mostly will replace Luton in the mid category, pushing them down to meh or even stinkers. Ryan, before I do that, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, obviously I'm a big fan of Wigan. Obviously, for me, in my rankings, I did it higher than that. I think it's a great stadium. That's the category I would have put it in. But anyway, just kind of my reasons behind what my thoughts of the stadium anyway. I think it's a good away day, really nice ground, great organisation set up there as well. That easy access, lots of parking. It's just a parking dream there. There's loads. You'll always get a parking space. Food is decent, I'd say. I think it's a really nice stadium. Probably the reason I got this one in high is because of the lack of atmosphere due to the number of home fans they have. But the ground itself is definitely up there for me, from my personal opinion. So yeah, I mean, what category have we got left again?
We've got one stinker and I believe one mid left.
Yeah, so it'll have to be in the mid category then. Yeah.
Mm.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to put them in the mid category. Before we do that, we have got the last one on the list, which is Wycombe Wanderers. Where do you put Wycombe in your prediction?
Let me look. I think I put them in 17th. Yeah, I put them in 17th. So yeah, I think again we haven't got space, so we'll probably have to put it further down then. But look, to me, obviously, it's quite a nice location. In many respects, obviously, it's a nice ground. Some stands bigger than others, but overall, it's a nice average League One ground, I think, which obviously, for me, reflects where I think it should be. But obviously, we haven't, we'll have to put it at the bottom. But it's all right. It is. I think it's a decent stadium.
All right, I reckon we will put that in the Mayor Stadium. Before we go, we will most probably shuffle this a little bit around. Cardiff and I believe I'm going to most probably put Reading there. I reckon the top two will be Cardiff and Reading. If you guys obviously think different, make sure you put that in the comment section below. In 3rd to 6th, it is going to be Bolton, Huddersfield, Plymouth, and then I believe Doncaster. In the 7th to 12th category, I'm going to put Bradford, Barnsley, Blackpool, Rotherham, and Wigan as 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And before I do that, I'm most probably going to upgrade Wimbledon to the mid category, and then without further ado, the meh category is Leyton Orient, AFC Wimbledon, Peterborough, Mansfield, Stockport, Port Vale, and Luton as 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th.
One more.
And then I'm going to drop Luton into 19th as the best stinker of the bunch. Then it will be Lincoln, Northampton, the Lamex Stadium home of Stevenage, Exeter City, and Burton. Ryan, are you happy with this list?
Yeah, I think it's kind of compromise with each other. So yeah, I think it looks decent in it. So yeah, happy.
I reckon that will be our prediction. Thank you, obviously, for coming on. Much appreciated to have you on. But yeah, that will most probably be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again, Ryan, for joining. Before we do end the video, what's your channels and what can we shout you out on?
Yeah, thank you for having me on as always. Really been good. Yeah, obviously you can find me on my own YouTube channel, Huddersfield Town on TV. So come, do daily Huddersfield Town content and obviously predictions every week to the games. And then on my Instagram, Huddersfield Town on TV, on all my socials to be fair, so Instagram, X, you'll find me if you type that full name in, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's where you can find me.
And thank you everyone to watching at home or on the live stream. We are actually doing a live stream whilst we're doing this. So thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe and I will catch you in another